Good morning and ni hao, and a warm welcome to CDP 2026 Disclosure Workshop. And thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Takuya Harada, our APAC Head of Disclosure at CDP, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. And I truly wish I could speak Mandarin, but because I'm not able to, please accept my apologies for presenting in English today. Today's workshop is a part of the series of events that we are holding across the globe. We've designed this event to be an opportunity to learn, exchange practical insights, and help you gain a better understanding of the key developments in CDP disclosure in 2026. And before we get to today's very busy agenda, in my session, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on the past year at CDP, what we are seeing across the landscape of this environmental disclosure, and finally, what this means for organization heading into 2026 disclosure cycle. And I would like to first acknowledge that we are meeting at the moment of considerable instability. Companies across regions and sectors are navigating complex risks, from the environmental crisis to geopolitical tensions and economic volatility. And then many businesses are questioning how they can remain competitive and manage risk and make confident decisions in an increasingly unpredictable world. But at CDP, we are seeing that environmental disclosure plays an important role in helping organizations do exactly that. Data offers foresight that can help to build much needed certainty in the world of uncertainty. And we know that many businesses feel the same way. Companies across all sectors and regions of the global economy remain committed to transparency. Despite market headwinds, last year, over 22,100 companies representing more than a half of global market capitalization, including some of the world's largest companies, disclosed through CDP last year. And the year 2025 also saw an increase in the nature disclosure, with the water security and plastics disclosure both rising by 4%, showing that nature transparency is becoming just as important to organization as climate disclosure. And now turning our attention specifically to Taiwan. In 2025, 660 companies from Taiwan disclosed through CDP, with 313 disclosed on water security and 64 disclosed on forests. And some of you may have attended our awards event back in April earlier this year, where we celebrated that 61 companies made into CDP's A-list, which is the highest score that companies can get from CDP to demonstrate environmental leadership. And this year, the demand for data remains very strong. Financial institutions representing 1/4 of the all global financial assets and hundreds of major corporate buyers have asked CDP to collect the critical environmental data they need. The vast majority of you in this room will have received the disclosure request, whether from your investors or your customers, and experiencing firsthand that continued demand for environmental disclosure and environmental transparency. And today, and throughout this year's disclosure cycle, CDP is committed to supporting you, helping you not only disclose your environmental data, but also to unlock the full value of insights gained from disclosure. And this goal sits at the heart of CDP's vision for the future and our theory of change. As the environmental disclosure landscape evolves and the pressures on businesses continue to grow, our focus is on one core principle, which is driving more and better environmental disclosure and ensuring that disclosed data is used to inform Earth-positive decision-making. Put simply, we don't want to collect data for data's sake. We are committed to making your environmental disclosure data to go further. And we want environmental data to help organization like yours to be able to put the data to use, to help strengthen resilience and prepare for the future, whether through improved access to capital, enhanced business resiliences or business competitiveness, or through being better prepared to comply with the regulation. And we call these the ABCs of disclosure. A for access to capital, B for business competitiveness and resilience, and C for compliance. And together, they illustrate the different ways that the environmental disclosure can lead to tangible value for businesses. Reporting is now an essential business practice, which opens the door to new economic opportunities, markets, and products that would otherwise remain hidden. For example, leading companies, those that scored an A through CDP last year, unlocked a $218 billion in environmental opportunity in the last year alone. And if we turn our attention to Taiwan, we see over the past year alone, leaders from Taiwan captured about $25 billion in climate-related opportunities. And these leading companies reduced emissions at an average compound annual growth rate of 3.6%, compared with just 0.3 among lower performing companies. And 29% of companies from Taiwan achieved leadership level in at least one of the environmental themes, climate, water security, or forests. This is well below the global average of 15% and average of 19% across Asia Pacific. And one of the key ways that we help make your decision go further is through our write once and read many approach. And this slide illustrates how the data disclosed through CDP sits at the heart of the much wider environmental data and the financial ecosystem. We know that the same data is used by multiple stakeholders for different purposes. The data you share with us informs investors, guides policymakers, and leads to tangible real-world impact. Our role in this is to help ensure that the single disclosure can meet these diverse needs by allowing you to report just once and respond to multiple stakeholder requests and regulatory asks. And continuing to progress our alignment with the key global frameworks, disclosure frameworks, and standards is a vital part of this. And this approach is already driving clear results. In 2025, 87% of companies disclosed against at least 80% of IFRS S2 aligned questions through CDP, putting them well on the path towards meeting new regulatory requirements in jurisdictions adopting the ISSB standards. And before I close, I would like to spend a moment on exciting news, which I believe you have heard from CDP earlier this month. For 25 years, in partnership with ViewAll, CDP has been at the forefront of the environmental disclosure, transforming environmental disclosure from just sidelines to the center of the decision making. And now we've announced a decisive step in our evolution. CDP is sharpening its focus, enabling stronger science-led disclosure and greater investment in technology to simplify the disclosure experience and deliver more decision-useful insights. And in order to achieve this, we are becoming two separate organizations, a nonprofit CDP Foundation and commercial entity CDP. The two entities will be united in a shared ambition, which is to surface new information, enabling Earth-positive decisions to protect future generations. CDP Foundation will lead on translating frontier science into the action-ready disclosure methods, informing the evolution of CDP Question Bank. And the transformation into CDP's commercial entity will be supported in a strategic partnership with Premier, which is a leading global investment firm, bringing increased investment in people, technology, and innovation to strengthen our ability to deliver. And we are going through this evolution, but our ambition remains unchanged. This exciting evolution gives us the agency and the capacity to deliver on the ambition with greater speed, agility, and responsiveness to the evolving needs of our disclosures and data users. This means a more focused CDP with greater capacity to invest in the tools, data services, and the insights that you rely on. And I would like to make it clear that our products and services in 2026 disclosure cycle will continue as planned during that transition. We're committed to delivering a disclosure experience this year with the greater simplicity and usability. And I would like to close my section by highlighting that the disclosure is a vital first step. It's the foundation upon which meaningful action, strategy, and impact can be built. Companies that are investing in the environmental transparency today are better positioned to grow, compete, and thrive in the economy ahead. So I will warmly invite all of you to join the CDP disclosure journey for 2026 cycle. And now with that, I will hand over to my colleague, Alim Kwong, who will walk you through the overview of 2026 disclosure cycle.